It's the Dubai Duty Free up next, the 7th race of the evening, going off about 20 to 9, so I'll have had about 2 beers by then, I think.
2 beers, we get it.
Yeah, normally. I think this is a tough race, so Gary, I'm going to let you go first.
I think this is the hardest race to solve. I don't think I could... Okay, there's some long shots, but they all have little bits of form where you could give them half a squeak. Trade Storm's the favourite. I think he is under... Well, he's too short, let's put it that way. This is a different race to the races he's been winning for all, but he has shown a very impressive turn of foot, and 14 actually won't be an issue for him the way he's ridden.
He's been the Precipice of this season, hasn't he?
Has, but this is a completely different... I mean, he's running handicaps last year.
Like this horse completely exposed.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Prior to this.
So I'm willing to let him win. I'll let Pat talk about Gugu. Sanjo, I really worry about the occasion. I think he'll get to her. She wears the hood, she's been brilliant in the hood, but the first time she wore it, she was still a bit fractious. And when she's run at the big meetings in the UK, I've been told the occasion does get to it. Okay, she's wearing the hood now, but even still, I just think big crowd, I just think it'll completely get to her, and she'll...
I'll also go to what we said earlier about that. The fillies races haven't been that strong this year.
Yeah.
So she's up against the boys now, and I think that could be a problem for her.
And the one that I tentatively will go for, I think, is Ocean Park, the Cox Plate winner, who's won a couple of Grade 1s in New Zealand since that, and was third in the McKinnon Stakes as well. Johnny Mercer's been booked to ride. Ideally, probably would want a little bit further, I think. But it's only a tentative selection because, again, we could talk all day about all these because there's so many of them in there that you can't discount.
Well, for me, this is the race for saving money. I mean, if I was going to have a bet, I'd actually go with an American horse. I think Little Mike has got a great chance.
There's no doubt that Little Mike goes forward. Go to Woe. The jockey instructions from Dale Romans are smooch at him and hold on. That's all they're going to do.
And I'm a big fan of Gary Stevens.
When he has been given the opportunity to sit comfortably and dole out fractions of 24-second increments, 23.5 sectionals, he wins.
Yeah.
And he does not stop. When he is pressured, last year he lost a couple times when he was asked to go 22.3, 22.8 internal sectionals, and he folded. If there's going to be a winner for America on turf, they're 0 for Dubai on turf. And I think that we're going to hear some America's finally done it on the grass, if it happens.
He's definitely got a chance.
Massive. More than any American on the turf here, possibly ever.
I will say that Gugu hasn't been, saying the fillies races haven't been good, Gugu hasn't been fully fit all year. They're saying she's the best she's been. I don't think they think she's 100% yet, but I think they think she's 95%. So
in the Falmouth, maybe.
Yeah.
Beverly D in the U.S., I think she'll be very key for that.
Yeah. I would stay clear of her purely because I think Mike's the best judge of his horses of most trainers.
Yeah.
You know, if he says a horse is going to win, it usually does. He thinks she's a great horse, but not quite 100% yet. Mark?
I think it's a lovely race, it's a brilliant race, and it is the hardest. You've got horses in there like Ocean Park, for instance, superb horse in New Zealand. Gugu, but also the Apache from Michael Cock, been in great form. Mushrek's been running well. Wigmore Hall, a multi-travelling horse that's been here before, done it before, runs well here, and could do it. You know, they've been changed what they've done this year, so they have a good chance. Little Mike, I'm a fan of. Always have been. Yeah, in America. I love the way he runs, followed his career. He's had a nice prep run, of course. But I'm going to stick with, to be honest with you, with Sharjah from Godolphin, Sylvester de Souza, three runs in a row, and did beat some of the boys last time out, including, you know, and the Apache was behind, etc. So just going to give that a chance. I think it's been running well. I think it's been improving. So in a hard race, that's my pick.
We're talking of improving. I think one of the biggest improvers this year has been Mushrek.
He might actually try and take Little Mike on for the lead.
Yeah.
Which would be a slight concern.
He did last time. He come off the pace very well, and he was one of one of Paul Hannigan's best rides out here. For me, I wouldn't put your money on this race. I think it's a race to watch.
And it will be a dandy, because I really do think all 14 or most of the 14 have a very, very legitimate shout at it. Two horses in here that look strikingly like previous Dubai World Cup meeting winners. Igugu has that JPEG feel about her.
Discussed that earlier.
She feels, Carnival underperformer, got to her best, or got to his best, JPEG did, and wins for Herman Brown back in 08 in course record time against what was an incredibly talented field.
Yeah.
Vodka, Dargina, Archipenko, Krakador, Floral Pegasus from Hong Kong. I think Sea Change was in that race too.
It was a very good race.
Meanwhile, Sajab reminds me of Sun Classique, who won in the same year in the Shima.
Sure.
She didn't wire it, but she had a very troubled trip, and I believe the Balanchine, after she comes up into Cape Verde carrying, I believe, 62, and she stretches out to go in the Shima and gets a stalking ride from Kevin Shea. So both of them feel that way.
I'm going to throw one more in the mix. I agree with you, 14 horses could win this race. And when I was chatting to Jason earlier, he was very big on French 15.
Yeah.
He said of all the horses in the race, if you look at the race behind Camelot at Newmarket, when it was beaten a neck, a head, or whatever it was, that is the single best piece of form in this race. That's Jason's opinion, not mine, so don't jump down my throat. I think the fact that it's come in here, his last two runs have been okay, but not brilliant. But the fact that, it's a 4-year-old, it's open to a bit of improvement. I still couldn't back a horse in this race. And I think you've got more chance of winning at a casino, playing roulette, than this one.
Yeah, to take your comment a step further, if you do back a winner, it's a lucky back.
Yeah.
I think that is really the point.
So,
look, at the end of the day, I went with the Apache.
I'll tell you one, this is a race I'd happily pay to watch. So
sure.
Yeah, I'd pay to watch it, not have a bet on it. Mark, your tip?
I'm sticking with Sajab for a full-time.
For the filly. Pat?
The Apache, Mike DeCock runners were 2 for 25 first up this campaign, 5 for 23 second up. But all runs after first up, 10 for 41. His horses have consistently improved. And if you look at it, if he maybe is inside closer towards Sajab, maybe he sees her earlier and feels her because there was a good separation there. I don't think he ever saw Sajab come up the inside.
He didn't have time to respond.
Before that race, I tipped Apache, fancied Apache, had a bet on Apache, and I said to Mike, coming up the escalator, I said, Apache or Igugu? And he said, Igugu fully fit, Apache wouldn't be anywhere near it. So that puts me off Apache because I just think he's a good judge.
Yeah.
So that worries me. But
Ocean Park for me.
Ocean Park. I think I'm trying to remember what I actually wrote down for this one. What I ended up tipping. I didn't go for Trade Storm, although it's definitely got a chance. But Little Mike, I went for the American. I thought let's have an American winner to cheer Pat.